Hi, I'm Dan Thies, and this here's my business partner, Mr. Leslie Rohde.
In this video, we're going to tell you a story about a website owner who got on the wrong side of Google, how he fought back and in the process learned how to Google-proof his business so that it would never happen again.
Don't think that's possible?
Well, not only is it possible, but you can do it too, and the way that it's done is actually easier than all the crazy schemes people have been using to try and trick Google into sending them traffic.
But first, think about this for a minute. What if you woke up one day and found out that you'd lost, say, 20% or even 30% of your Google traffic? Depending on how much traffic Google was sending you, that could be a very bad day indeed.
But what if you lost all of it? If you woke up one day and not only had Google stopped sending you traffic, they'd actually banned your website forever.
I know exactly how much that hurts, because that webmaster we talked about, well, that was me. And the lessons I learned back then might just save your business today. Way back in 2000, I had a little website called Website Promotion Central. It was doing pretty well on all the search engines, there were several back then, but it was particularly loved by Google.
Now, I wasn't exactly a black hat back then, but I did like to push the envelope from time to time. Call it, testing. So one day, even though I was already doing pretty well with the search engines, I signed up for a program called Links to You. It was a very early reciprocal link exchange. At first, it sort of worked. Within a few months, I was getting more links from Links to You members than from anything else that I was doing, and in addition, I was getting a nice flow of traffic from their members who were of course interested in promoting their websites. In fact, when Google banned my site, they banned everyone who was a part of Links to You. The traffic from those links was actually more than I was getting from Google, even though at the time my site was ranked #1 for website promotion.
So here's where I made my first mistake. After they banned me, I emailed Google and I told them they could kiss my furry behind. Because come on, no search engine could ever be that important, right?
Oops.
Within a few years, of course, everyone was using search engines to find their way around the web. Google had pretty much taken over the search engine world, and my site was left out in the cold. But check this out. Google banning my website was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me online because it forced me to take a different approach. So every time I launched a new site after that, you know what? I didn't do any so-called link building at all, just marketing. And my sites still ended up with page 1 rankings. And not some throwaway rankings either. I have held one of the top few spots for SEO coaching since I started doing coaching. And no matter what Google has done over the years, my business has grown. And yours can too once you stop thinking about links all the time. But wait a minute. If I wasn't doing any link building, what was I doing to get all that love from Google and the other search engines? Well, what I was doing was marketing on every possible channel instead of just one. You'll hear me talking about channels a lot in the Link Liberation course, but for now, here's a quick explanation. There are a lot of ways to get traffic to your website, and we refer to each of these as a marketing channel. There's an SEO channel, which right now is mainly Google, with a little bit from a few others like Bing and Yahoo. In fact, every keyword that you target in SEO is actually a channel all by itself.
As a side note, and we'll come back to this later, Google has now made it harder to target specific keywords, but at the same time, they've actually made it easier to get a lot more search traffic. You just have to play the game a bit differently. Anyway, as Dan said, SEO is just one channel that you can target, and it's by no means the only one.
There's also a pay-per-click channel and an affiliate marketing channel, both of which can be lumped under a paid traffic channel. These days, there's a social marketing channel too. Back then, it involved talking to people in forums and stuff, and word kind of got around. Today, there's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, all kinds of different social bookmarking sites, and it's a lot easier, of course. Social media also fits into a channel that I used to call recycled traffic, but having had a lot of time to think about it, a better name is audience building. Whatever you call it, it is the key to making your business Google-proof. Back in 2001, recycled traffic meant getting email opt-ins, and I was doing that as fast as I could. But these days, there are many other ways to get people to come back to your website and even bring their friends, which is like multiplying your traffic many times over. The net effect of using all these channels was that my traffic from Google was only a single-digit percentage of my traffic, even when my sites were on the first page for keywords like, well, SEO coaching, for example, or SEO book, where you'll still find my sites today.
The other effect, which can be kind of surprising when you first see it, is that Dan's website was also attracting a lot of links and a lot of search traffic as a result, even though he wasn't actually seeking out those links himself. That's what folks call natural linking, And when Google says natural, they mean you didn't put the link there yourself, and you didn't even ask for it. Someone just put it there because they wanted to link to you. The trick of natural link building is to get people to want to link to you.
By opening all channels and building an audience, you create a vast army of people out there on the web, ready, willing, and able to create links to your site. This is an incredibly powerful force, and we're going to show you how to harness that force and use it to grow your business. You can do this no matter what you sell, no matter what you do online, and you can get started without spending any money or even creating any content.
It's simple. And over the course of the next 3 videos, we're going to show you how it works, how you can do it yourself, and how it's even easier, in fact, way easier than it was when Dan started working on this different approach back in 2001.
Now, I know what some people are saying right now. Sure, Dan, it was easy for you because you had an audience already. You had a mailing list. You were awesome at pay-per-click. I still am.
True.
But what about somebody who isn't so lucky?
Well, Dan wasn't lucky, or at least not exactly, because the definition of luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Here's what I mean.
Dan didn't start with an audience, but because of his background and training, it never even occurred to him to focus on SEO alone.
Look, what we're teaching here is something that anyone can do in any market, starting completely from scratch. In fact, you can even start doing it before you've started building a website.
But before you start thinking this is yet another blog network or phony push-button miracle robot, let us really quickly tell you exactly what this is not.
Link Liberation is not a blog network or a content distribution network or a guest blogging network or any kind of network. Google can easily identify link building networks, and they are all over this now. So just forget about trying to use these techniques.
Because you can't build an undetectable link network, unless you actually never use it to get links. We're also not going to teach you profile spamming, which is creating a bunch of social media and forum profiles just so you can get a link back from the profile. This is spam, and Google is already penalizing people for doing that stuff.
By the way, if you've done either of these things, we should warn you that this kind of spam is nearly impossible to clean up, at least well enough to satisfy Google. If you can't get rid of those spammy links, it might be easier to simply start over on a new domain.
And on the subject of starting over, it isn't as tough as you might think. And you can actually begin laying the groundwork and prove to yourself that your new site will be a success before you make the big move. We'll show you how in these free videos.
We're also not going to teach you about article spinning or syndication even, because thanks to Google's Panda, along with all the spinners, scrapers, and spamming robot bloggers of the world, these channels no longer create anything but spam.
Nor are we talking about spamming social bookmarking sites like Digg, Reddit, or StumbleUpon, or doing crazy stuff like creating an RSS feed from every blog post. Finally, this isn't some magic WordPress plugin, because there is no such thing, and we're not talking about creating comment spam on other people's blogs either.
We've been warning people about a lot of these methods for years, but it's understandable that people didn't want to believe us, especially when Google was letting people get away with stuff right and left.
The thing is, even when these spamming techniques have worked, they have never been the most efficient choice, nor the most profitable way to market your website. And now that Google is handing out penalties for this garbage, I think we can all agree that it's time to stop spamming and start doing something smarter. The good news is that you're not alone, and other people just like you have already done the hard work of testing this stuff for you.
The path to Google-proofing your business begins with a simple idea. Don't think about the link. When you worry too much about anchor text or the page rank of the page that's linking to you or any of that stuff, you're heading for trouble, so just don't go down that road.
Look, these days, as far as Google is concerned, anchor text is spam. So to start with, you're not even going to think about building anchor text.
To start with, we're going to show you a technique in the next video that doesn't require you to create any content, to worry about links at all, and it will put you in a lot better shape than you were in before.
So in this video series, a course on getting natural links by doing real marketing, we're going to show you case studies, how our students are actually knocking it out of the park with brand new sites and older, more established sites too.
We'll have case studies to show you where people have doubled the Google traffic to their site, and in pretty short order too, even before the link building part of Link Liberation has kicked in. That's right, you can apply this system to a brand new website, to an existing website, or even, get this, before the website is built.
In fact, this is one of the best ways to test the waters in a market and find out what people actually want to buy from you.
Wouldn't you rather know that what you're planning to do is going to work before you go to all the time and expense of building a whole business around it?
But the best, and I mean the absolute best part, is that all of these people are actually making money from their link building alone.
Step-by-step instructions. We're pretty confident that by the time we get done teaching you how to do this stuff, you're going to want to be a part of this program, so we're just going to start teaching you how to do it right away.
What we teach you in these videos will work all by itself, even if you never give us a dime for our training. Heck, even if you never speak to us again because you're so busy using these methods
And making money.
True, to open our emails.
And our free software will be yours to keep. Because teaching you how is so much easier when you actually have the right tools, we're going to give you a single user version of our new software tool for free. Yours to keep and use forever, whether you sign up for our course or not. Using our software isn't required. People have been doing this for several years without it, but it makes the job a lot easier, and that means faster results for you. More traffic, more income, and in your pocket that much faster.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. In the next video, Link Building is Dead, we'll explain why just about every old method of link building is either completely dead or downright dangerous, explain how some of these older methods can be saved if you do it right, and begin to teach you the link liberation way.
I'll show you how to identify the type of market you're in, how this is critical to getting your next steps right, and show you how you can build an audience and start creating links and traffic without writing a single word of original content.
In video 3, From the Ashes, we'll go over some incredible case studies with actual clients of ours, including one who managed to double the sales on a website that was still living under a Google penalty, all in a single month.
We'll show you how another Link Liberation student turns a profit on his link building activities, month in and month out. And get this, most of the content is being generated by the visitors to his sites.
Finally, in video 4, we'll wrap it all up, show you how it all fits together into a 4-step approach that will generate more links and more traffic than you've ever been able to before. And we'll also make you an offer to get even more training from us at a price that you're probably not going to be able to refuse.
But before we can do all that, we need your permission to keep talking to you. So if you're not already on our mailing list, just give us your name and email in the box on the page here, and we'll be back in just a couple days to begin your training. That's free training, free software, and a chance to Google-proof your business once and for all. So get yourself signed up now, because we really can't wait to start working with you.
In the meantime, take a few moments in the comments below and let us know what you thought of this video, and if you're feeling particularly brave, let us know what market you're in, what you do or sell online, so we can address your market specifically in a later video.
Thanks.